When you're saying home health care, there's a difference. We're doing home care. Home health would be the skilled care that's done, nursing care, physical therapy, OT, occupational therapy.
Things necessarily that are paid by Medicare versus Medicaid.
Okay.
What we do at TASSCO is home care, where we put unskilled care in it, which would be a PCA, which is a personal care aide, or a CNA, which is a certified nurse's aide, and in the home to care for your loved one. We do work with companions, work with social services, doing the care that families either are unable to do or they don't have family to do. So that's what we're about.
So home care and home health care are actually two different things.
They really
Okay.
are.
Just a small difference.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, they all need care. And a lot of the times, the way it's looked at by our human beings is that everybody looks at it as home care because it's home care delivered in your home to your loved ones. It's about who is actually giving the care. There's different regulations for Medicare, who's doing skilled care and bath visits, usually on an event. And an event is usually a 100-day timing where you come out of a hospital after a stay and get rehabilitation, therapies, speech, occupational, physical, things of that nature. And then when they're done, or actually simultaneously, home care can come in, which can be paid privately, or if you are qualified for Medicaid, they'll help you with that. And it also determines who is doing the care. State certified aides, people with less training can do some, or people with no training at all, that you can actually develop what you want to train them and go ahead and train them to do the care that you need, all of which can be paid for by these different entities.
Yeah, the agencies that do them. And what Louise said, we work a lot with the skilled care workers. You might have, we'll have an aide in the home, and the PTs scheduled to come in, physical therapists. They can train our aide to do range of motion. So we'll get a doctor's order, and they'll train them to do that care because they are limited in how long they can stay in the home. But our aides aren't. We have aides in the home for years sometimes. So they are then taught how to do it, and they can continue the care, and then the PT or the nurse will check in and see how things are going. So we work with the other agencies in making sure the patient gets the care they need.
Now, does this type of care replace, say, the nursing home, or is it, does it replace the nursing home?
Absolutely.
It does. It does.
This type of care will keep you from being in a nursing home long term. Now, that's not to say that some people aren't better there. Some people need to be there. But basically, home care is to prevent you from being there. If you come out of a hospital and the only place you're going to get the best care is to do several months in a nursing home and then come home, yay, that's a great thing, okay? A lot of the times people go in there, though, and they can't come home because they don't have the right kind of help. Often that's because they don't know where to go for the help. Very often, your first thing, and your discharge planners and people like that in hospitals and in any facility should be helping you to get where you want to be instead of just end up where you don't know where you're going. Social workers your county social workers can help you to find the right programs, suggest things, and that would bring you back into your home with either Medicaid help, and that's why an agency is so good with that, because they can help you. They can send the people there for you that are trained, they are background checked, and they're all worthy of going out and helping your loved one.
Whose decision is that, though? Is that the patient or the family members, or is it a joint decision to decide against going into a nursing home?
It's a joint decision.
It's
what we do is community-based care, and as Louise was saying, when you're working with the social workers, we work as a community to make the best choice. Now, the family members might not know that they have this option. A social worker lets them know, says, and usually you cannot come home unless there is a caregiver involved somewhere along the lines to say, okay, we need this done. But they said we don't want their mother or father in the nursing home. You know, they are capable of taking care of them, but they have to work. You know, they have other things that have to be done. So that's where we step in. We make sure that we're there, or we try to be there, so they can go to work, they can take care of their families, but we keep their loved ones in the home. They're either in their home that they've had for 40 years, and they might be living with their family member, but they will work with the social workers to make sure that's the last decision. A lot of elderly don't want to go into nursing homes. They want to stay home. Then we've worked with hospice also. When you're working with hospice, you have a loved one who doesn't, they want to die in their own home. You know, they don't want to go anyplace else. They don't want to be in a facility. They want to be surrounded with the things that they know and love and the people they know and love. So in that way, that's when we step in also to give them that care.